Hey guys, how's it going? IcyCat here, and today I've got an update for you on the release of information that will be included in the next major title update for Operation Health. Today, a new dev blog was put out talking about HIBANA's complexity and some of the things that were going into Operation Health. In this blog update, they talked about some things, including the newest release date for the next patch, but the main purpose of the blog was to actually discuss what was going on with HIBANA's situation and having some inconsistent functions in the way her gadget worked. They begin by talking about how the next major title update will be coming on July 11th across all platforms. Now, there's some interesting conclusions to be drawn from this information alone. They state across all platforms on the same date. Now, regarding update 2.2.1, that had gone to the new format of coming out on the technical test server first, then going to the PCs, and a week or two later, the update is supposed to then release on consoles. They were going to be stepping away from the across all platforms on the same date releases that they had been doing before that. But now it sounds like they're going back to that. This could potentially be just a one-off situation where they felt they needed to do this, and then after that they will probably return to the staggered release schedule. This is by far from the first time that Ubisoft has said one thing but done something that's a little bit different, and it's that kind of backed into a corner situation that usually prevents them from committing too solidly to when certain things will happen or how they'll go down. Then they go on to explain the case for HIBANA's gadget and what was been kind of going on with that over the last several months since its release. There's been a lot of inconsistency on this gadget where sometimes you would use it and you would hit the gadget button to make it go off and nothing would happen. It's almost like as if it were jammed, but it wasn't. Other times in the initial release of this operator, it would actually cause the game lobby to crash or freeze or hang. They began to kind of talk about what some of the things that went into that situation were. They explained that HIBANA uses her gadget to fire multiple X-Kairos pellets and that these are all dictated in the game by what they call net objects. Each operator has net objects. They determine where the operator is moving within the game world and other states that might be going on with them, for instance, maybe their gadgets or some other things like that, so that there's communication between the operator and the entities that they interact with in the game world. In the example they give, they talk about HIBANA has one for her body, another one for her gadget, the launcher that actually shoots the projectiles, and then each individual X-Kairos pellet has its own net object. And of course, if you're launching as many of these as you can put out 3 sets of 6 of these things, plus her launcher and her weapons if she's reloading them, where she is in the game world. That's all kinds of net objects that they have to track and be aware of, and they said that that's more than any other operator in the game currently has. They then begin to discuss how there's a different set of priorities that goes on, whether this is stacked by host authority or by local authority. They set it up so there's a timeline of events from each match running on both the server and on the local machine of everyone. If that communication gets a bit screwed up, host authority prioritizes server information while local authority prioritizes local machine information on your PC or console. For the most part, this all happens relatively fast and there's not a real big problem, but sometimes that can get gummed up, and since HIBANA has so many simultaneous net object states, that communication can get kind of broken up. They don't go too much into the specifics of everything that's being done to take care of this, but they said that they are streamlining the net objects in a way that will take care of this problem. One of the things they've done to fix this is to move a lot of these things over to host authority instead of the local authority, thus giving it a better priority. Though they say that's the main trend of the fix, there's obviously other factors that go into it. They go on to say that HIBANA is actually going to receive a bunch of just minor tweaks and fixes to overall streamline and improve her functionality, including other issues like pellet placement and other visual errors. You can find out more about the tweaks and changes being made to HIBANA coming up in the next title update, that once again will launch on all platforms next week Tuesday. But before that, on Monday next week, we will be getting a breakdown of everything that's being included in that, so when the patch notes come out, I will of course be bringing that information straight to you. So what do you guys think about the improvements for HIBANA? Anything else you're hoping to see in the next update? Let me know down in the comments below, or you can shoot me a message over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Once again, I will be breaking down all of the information that we can expect in Tuesday's update, and that video will be going out on Monday. So if you want to have the latest updated information on what to expect there, then go ahead and please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you click on that notification icon that's shaped like a bell, you will then be immediately notified as soon as that information goes live. Of course, as always, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.